Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about the male ego. What is the male ego, why it works the way it does, and how to identify. These are all the things that we're going to be discussing about in this video. We've spoken about the tribe and ego and status many times in previous videos, but I wanted to get more in depth about the male ego and entirely. So, the male ego is basically the desire to want to be the best, the desire to stand out, the desire to be the leader, to be the most powerful, essentially to be the best. And why is that? It is simply because the best one in the tribe got the most resources, got the best goods, got the most recognition, got the most social status, got got the most women, got the most meat. So this is why you see that when a group of men come together, that there's always a lot of competition. That it's very competitive. Nothing wrong with this. The only time it's like it's kind of like an ugly kind of thing to look at is when you see the negative kind of spectrum of it, where it's like, yeah, you can see that that's coming from a kind of a primitive place of I'm trying to outdo you, I'm trying to outbetter you because I'm in my ego, I'm in my low level kind of technology, and not like the enlightened technology of or the enlightened wise man. So what I mean by this is typically, you see this in like weird, like bad neighborhoods or impoverished neighborhoods where they really trying to like overpower you so that they can try to assert their dominance. As you rise up higher in the social ladder, people are more professional and people do things more intelligently. And they also do things that are more in control of their egos. So this is why you see that professionals don't really like, they're very careful with their words and they also make sure that lose they don't lose control over themselves in that particular moment. So whenever you see a group of guys together, you always see like that kind of competition. Now, am I saying competition is wrong? Am I saying competition is bad or whatever? No, not really. I'm not saying that competition is bad at all. I think competition is okay, especially when it comes from that healthy place, that healthy expression of I desire to better myself, but it's not from the place of I desire to better myself at the cost of your expense. So what I mean by this is like I'm going to outdo you so badly that it ruins your experience. But it's like you can do it in such a way that is just all right, this guy is really good. And it's not really like offensive or it's not like belligerent or it's not like super aggressive. There's a way to go about that where it's like, wow, this guy is just amazing, amazing, and not kind of like do it in such a way that's like, all right, this guy is really good, but it's taken out of the fun. It's not a joy to be around this person. It's like because they are trying to suck up the whole pleasure and experience of themselves. So it's like it's kind of like greed mixed with selfishness. So they're trying to like really dominate the situation so they are at the spotlight and they look like they're the best, which again from an instinctual level this is like they are acting accordingly, they're acting based upon like what makes sense for them. However, what I'm talking about is like we should be rising above these kind of like instincts, and that's not even the correct thing to say either, but we should be recalibrating our instincts. They say that we are operating from a kind of a higher playing field rather than a low level playing field of it's hard to explain, but you can definitely see it when you see it. When you see it, it's like, yeah, you look like a little kid. You look childish. And it kind of gives off that little icky feeling. You can definitely notice it when you see it right away. So, the male ego is essentially the desire to be better, the desire to be the best, the desire to showcase and highlight themselves as better than the rest. And you see it. I promise you, you'll see this in many, many different groups. It manifests in so many different ways, but 90% of the time it's always there and it's always present. Also, ladies, like if you see like guys acting a certain way when they're around you, this is also why too. So for the ladies who are listening to this, when you get a group of guys in one room, and let's say, I don't know, let's pretend like you're the only lady there. They're gonna like kind of like wrestle each other to get your recognition. And by wrestling, I don't even mean just like fighting each other. I mean just like a social contest, a social sport. So they're gonna try to like over dominate the other person in terms of like, oh hey, I'm the leader. This guy is the beta male, whatever. Nothing wrong with this. Like this stuff is always gonna be present, but high quality men can do this in a way that's like it's so hard to explain. High quality men can do this in a space where it's positive, where the atmosphere is a very enjoyable thing. I personally have encountered high quality men, and when they're around, I automatically just sink into their frame because it's like wow, like you giving me that space to kind of just be and just to like to express. This is very rare, very extremely rare for me to kind of find this. But also, this kind of has to do with the fact that everyone's kind of fake and kind of programmed in terms of like who they're trying to project because they have to play professional. They have to be what the world wants them to be. Again, nothing wrong with this. This is just part of the human condition, the game. If you don't play the game correctly, you get less of the goods. Everyone's survival is on the line. So they're all having to play the game in a way that gets them more of what they're actually looking for. So with that said, like it makes sense that people are very careful. People are very kind of fake and phony. And the reason why I talk about these topics is so that people can have understandings of what's going on around them. So people are aware of these things. So going back to the whole thing with the women and the male in one group, a bunch of guys together, and then there's like a couple girls. They're most of the time they're gonna try and outdo each other to get the girl. Now you can see this like in sports particularly. Like like sometimes certain guys when women are around, these guys like stepped up the ball. It's like, okay, how come you wasn't doing all that before? And all of a sudden like they're making 3-point shots out of nowhere. And that's 'cause like they know that if they impress, they get more recognition. They get more of that that positive fame, which makes them look more attractive to everybody, not just the guys, not just the girls. And also, I also want to tie this into this too as well. Guys also challenge you. One of the other videos I made about was about frame, and then women testing guys' frame. But what's also true is that guys test other guys' frame as well, and that's because guys want to see where they fall in terms of the social hierarchy. So it's kind of like a power level that they're doing, or they're scanning the guy's frame to see where do I fit in relative to you? Am I the leader or am I the follower? Or, are you going to be the leader or am I going to be the leader? So what happens here is one usually you see kind of like beta. This is kind of like a beta male type of thing, but you typically see one guy test the other guy to see like, okay, I wonder what this guy's about. I wonder how much um am I above him? How much can I get from him? Because they want to see their place. They want to see where they fall in terms of the group. So they can know, okay, am I the leader or am I the follower? Pretty much. So that's why men test other men as well, because they want to see where they fall in. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. This has been Gerardo Morillo. I hope you liked this video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to check out those helpful links down below. They'll help you grow in every area of your life, help you improve in terms of manifesting and attracting the kind of success that you desire. That's all I have for you today. Until next time.